Hey everyone, welcome to another update of my pumpkin patch. There's been a lot of growth lately, and I want to show you guys what's been going on. This is the Big Max pumpkin. You can see it's starting to vine out pretty good. In my last video I said well, you can see that the vine was going that way, and I said I wasn't going to turn the tire for fear of damaging the roots. But after looking at all of the pumpkins, this one and all the other ones, I could see that all the roots were up near the top. Like when I removed the mulch to fertilize, I can see all the roots running along the surface of the soil. So what I did was I put more soil, and then I put a little bit of compost, and I put a little sprinkle of Vigoro fertilizer, and then I covered it with more soil, and then put the mulch back on, and then I watered it really well. And you can see that it's starting to vine out really good. So the roots weren't at the bottom, they weren't going through. So I was able to turn the tire without damaging the roots. And then I really carefully laid down the vine in the and after I got home. Didn't want to do it in the morning because the vine would be too cold, too stiff, and I was worried I might snap it. But it's got a really nice stem to it. And you can see all the secondary vines starting to grow off of it. This is the fairy tale pumpkin. It's also started to vine out, but I don't know, it's pretty wimpy. I don't know if it's the seeds I use, or maybe I've never grown these before, so maybe that's just the way they grow. But compared to the other pumpkins, the leaves are just not that big. But I was able to do the same thing with this tire. I was able to rotate it this way because the vine was going that way. Yeah, this is the other fairy tale pumpkin. Again, the leaves not that big. This is the size of my hand. And here's the vine starting to come out this way. So yeah, again, maybe it's just that's the way these pumpkins grow. I don't know. And then I got the Jardale pumpkin. You can see it started to vine out again, really good. And the leaves look really healthy. Sorry if you guys can't hear me. My voice is kind of leaving me right now. Summer cold. On the bright side, my leaf miner problem seems to be going away. On some of the leaves I cut off, I can see on the other side all of the leaf miner larvae just completely dead. And I don't know if it was the neem oil and soap I sprayed, or if it was the plant's own defense that killed them. But all of the leaf miner larvae, I mean, on one leaf I counted like 50 of them. They're all gone. This is the Connecticut field pumpkin. You can see those leaves are much bigger, and this one pretty much caught up to that one, to these two right here. This is doing really well. You can see that's not powdery mildew, that's called leaf mottle. So I had that before last year on some of the pumpkins as well. And this is the tire where I have two of them growing. You see the vine starting to vine here. See the other part right there. Again, the leaves look really green and healthy, and I haven't been seeing that many aphids. I've seen a few, but I take care of them as soon as I see them. The ants pretty much let me know where they are, because when I see the ants swarming under a leaf, I know that they're farming the aphids. This is the Howden pumpkin. So you can see it's starting to vine out really well. Coming over here. And It's meeting up with the Jarradale pumpkin. But I've already cut off like 6 baby pumpkins just because I don't think the plant was ready yet. But you know, you can see that it's definitely started to bloom. Its flowers are opening up. And then I did bury the vine here. Well, I didn't bury, you know, I just dug up the soil underneath the vine, fertilized it a bit. And you can see right there where the roots are going to grow again. There's all these ants everywhere, and really healthy green leaves. Perked up really well. Yeah, the leaf miners lost the battle on this one. These few leaves, I mean, they were just terrible. I think the leaf miners were giving me more grief than the aphids were. But then the tomato hornworm showed up, and then they, you know, took on that role. All right, so that's the pumpkins. Let me guys show you all the other stuff. You know, the tomatoes are all putting out buds, and you know, they're doing really well. So that one was a Cherokee purple tomato. These two are indigo rose tomatoes. And then I was gonna save this spot for the Brandywine tomato, but it's not growing, so I decided to just stick a cherry tomato in here. See how well that does. It's another cherry tomato. I feel like every tomato plant I started made it, and I couldn't give them away, so I decided to keep them. So this is a cherry tomato. This is a cherry tomato. This is a Cherokee purple. This is a Cherokee purple. You can see that I got them all staked already. And over here, my mini tree, it's my indigo rose. I mean, I'm sorry, my black crim. And this one right here also is a black crim. And then this one is my indigo rose. And then you can see I got tomatoes starting to grow, so I'm happy. And this one gave me a scare because I came home one day after work and I saw that this thing was completely on the side, and I freaked out thinking that it had broke, but I think it just bent. It bent right there where the roots come out of the ground, so it didn't break. I managed to prop it up with the stakes, and I quickly staked up the rest of the plants just to make sure it didn't happen to any of the others, but they're good. All right, and then last but not least, my kale. I mean, it's looking really healthy. I mean, the leaves look really nice, and there have been no bugs on them really. And I've been hitting everything with the compost tea. I hit them with the compost tea on Wednesday, and today is Friday. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Friday, July. I don't even know what day it is. But yeah, that's my update, guys. Let me know what you think. If you think I can do something different, let me know. But so far, I'm happy with what I got, and I'm hoping to have lots of tomatoes and lots of pumpkins. All right, thanks, guys. Oh, and one more thing, I also wanted to try propagating tomatoes. So what I did was I cut off some of the suckers and stuck them in plastic bottles with water, and then after a week you should have these. See how it starts to put out roots everywhere? So I am going to pot these up, and hopefully they'll start growing. You see those roots? So yeah, that's a good easy way of propagating your tomato plants. Just cut off a sucker, stick it in a plastic bottle with some water, and in a week you got a plant that's ready to transplant. Yeah. Thanks.